publishing articles. They got now blogs and shit. They must be blogs and podcasts and all kinds of shit, saying what a piece of shit that the current management is. They got pictures of the current management, and they're playing with big-titted broads, and they're spending money, and I mean, you go all the way. And you do not dissimilar what's happening right now with Hillary and Donald. That's a hostile deal. And they both have what they think are the best advisors. Even though I don't know Trump's advisors, I hear that the guys that he replaced the last bunch with are gutter fighters. These guys play hardball. And that's a hostile takeover. My deal that I did years ago was not hostile. We sat down at gentlemen and agreed a price. Although when they did an evaluation, their investment bank did an evaluation, they decided the price that they had agreed to was a little low. And when they say it's a little low, that doesn't mean it's a small amount of money. It's a little low, and you got to sharpen your pencil again. But I came back with a price that was acceptable to the chairman and the board, and so we got the deal done non-hostile. Hostile deals normally drive the price up. Normally drive the price up, almost always drive the price up. And but even a friendly, the company may be selling for $10 a share, and it's a friendly deal, but you want to make sure everybody accepts it. You want to make sure that the existing shareholders accept it. So you'll offer $14 a share, 40% premium. And then you have to justify in the investment memorandum. I mean, why are you paying 40% over market? And then there's always guys who can write bullshit why it's a good thing because really it's really a $25 stock and we're getting it on the cheap. But if you write that too much and the existing shareholders see that, then they'll say, well, they won't vote because they say, fuck, we're giving it up too cheap. So the first inclination is, we're getting 40% premium to market. But then they read your memoranda and then they say, well, fuck, we're giving up. So then they vote against you. And but the hostile deals or taking over public companies is fun. I mean, it's outside the norm. But for the most part, the days of the 80s and the 90s of hostile fights doesn't happen very often. And so I think I answered your question. Did you understand?
Yeah. Dan, a question on that though. So, I mean, can you really do a takeover at 29.9%? And I mean, would you go to Goldman? Could you actually get them to do that on a success fee basis?
No.
Putting up an IM?
No.
That's a lot of fucking work.
Oh, somebody's got to put up some dough. Or somebody in the team has got to be responsible for the. You may not have to write a check, but I mean, somebody's going to have to be willing to pay. But I mean, hedge funds, private equity don't put up any money. But I mean, when you do a deal for tens of millions or hundreds of millions or billions, I mean, somebody's going to pay the fees. And but for hedge funds and private equity, I mean, they're not writing a check for $50 million. They may write a check for hard costs of $5 million. But normally, and again, when you go into the accountants and the lawyers to represent you on a success fee, the new language is, you do deals with private equity. So yeah, we've done deals with private equity, and you actually go back up and look. You've done deals with KKR, you've done deals with Blackstone and whoever, and we follow the same investment model. We're an investment consortium, and none of those private equities pay. They all do it on success fee. And they normally, the limit is, there's no norm, 3 deals, and then you got to pay. They don't roll them past the 3rd deal. And I think I told you the longest I'd ever done it is 7 deals. The 8th deal was successful, which was like giving breech birth. Breech birth when the baby comes out the wrong way, sideways. But we got it done, and we paid the professionals, but there was no money left over. The fees were so fucking huge. Nobody in the deal got a penny. I mean, the directors. No, but not a fucking penny.
Not initially, but
Now, after 7 failed deals, our fees were so fucking high. They were in the millions.
Yeah.
So the guys, I mean, there was nothing to spread around. There wasn't even peanut butter to put on a piece of fucking bread. But that's not the norm. That's the anomaly. That's the anomaly. But it does happen, in which I also said at the seminar. It does happen, and so you know, that's not what your anticipation is. But when it happens, it fucking happens. It's like, you know, I tell the story. Lee Trevino got hit by lightning 40 years ago out playing golf. They said it's 1 in 3 million. He goes out and plays golf again and gets hit by lightning the second time. And he says it's 1 in 27 million. He goes out a few years later, gets hit by lightning again. 3 fucking times. It's 1 in a trillion. But the Lee, it's 100%. Lee won't go out of the house if it's raining. You can't get hit by lightning 3 times. It's impossible.
it's still it.
Oh yeah, and he lived on top of it. He lived on top of it. He lived. But he says, you know, and Lee's a nice guy. He says, all those fucking mathematicians, I don't give a shit about all those calculations. Because the golf club is a conduit, metal. And in golfer, and myself included, oh, we can play 3 more holes. We can get finished. We're on the 15th. We can get finished before the... And you get up there with a 5-iron. Bam! And then he can show you the holes in the bottom of his feet, because apparently the lightning goes straight through, and one time it went through his forearm, and yeah, so, I mean, when it happens to you. So, but 3 times, and when they say, some of you have already said that you've had no problems with the success fee, but now they call it rolling fee and delayed fee. Deferred, yes, yeah. And, okay. But never, and some of you, I see you send a letter to KPMG or to whoever, you put a contingent. I go, how many motherfucking times have I told you not to use that fucking word? Do any of the fucking templates say contingent? No. Then why, in Allah's motherfucking name, are you so fucking stupid that you put contingent? And like I told in that clip that went viral about why are you so poor? If the templates are misspelled words, use them. If there's no syntax, bad syntax, use them. If the punctuation is wrong, I don't give a fuck. They work. Maybe they work even though they're poorly written, some of them, because they feel sorry for you. I don't give a fuck. Why? I don't give a motherfuck. They work. Why in the fuck do you think I gave them to you? Just to fuck your life around? And you still finger fuck with them. On the LinkedIn, the best subject are 3 to 5 words. 3 to 5. Not 22 like some of you. And the associated email or the little message you send, 1 or 2 sentences. That's it. Nothing more. Yet you write War and Motherfucking Peace. Everybody know War and Peace is a long book, 5,000 pages. Yeah. Because I believe with all my heart is you want to fuck up. You want to step on your dick. Because this is all just a facade. This is all a joke. So you can tell your wife and your mother-in-law and whoever, I'm trying my best, honey. I'm trying my best to make a goddamn crumb. But I mean, the world's got me down. You have no intention of getting wealthy. None. You have the fucking templates. It's like I told Oxford. The 2 least looked at things on my website, 2. How do you get the fucking money and deal flow? How do you get the fucking money and deal flow? How do you get the fucking money and deal flow? They're the least look. On a daily basis, maybe 5 people look at those 2 sites. Maybe 5. on a month, maybe 30. How do you get the cocksucking money and motherfucking deal flow? Those are the only two things that are important. And nobody looks at them. And I know 3/4 in this fucking room have never looked at either one. And 99% of the assholes on fucking YouFuck have never looked at them. Why is that? David, why do you think that nobody looks at them if they're serious?
Because they're not
listening.
Well, they're not, and they're not serious. They want to be able to say, QLA, that many QLA didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. I tried 7 years, it didn't work for me. I pivoted 21 times, it didn't work for me. Needless to say, you can say I get excited about it because it pisses me off. Because I'm here for selfish. I don't give a fuck if you all die tonight. On YouTube, I even care less. At least these cocksuckers pay me something. I only selfishly care because I am the greatest high-performance coach that ever fucking walked on the planet. Today, if I died today. But that's not enough for me. I need more. That's the only reason I give these motherfuckers. Because I'm selfish. I could be Russian, you know? Now, I guarantee you, there will be no upticks on deal flow and how to get the money. Even though I just went through this random, I will bet my fucking balls on it. Because nobody's gonna, right now, they're, and they write it in, I don't know what you mean. Deal flow, how to get the money, everything else is bullshit. Everything else is bullshit. So when you, next time you send me, I look at what you wrote to these morons, after I just went through this fucking ranting and raving, I'm gonna cut and paste the template, and I'm gonna say, Richard, how in the fuck would you wrote this idiot have anything to do with a template that's in the shit? That's in the shit. Oh, I didn't understand. And now everybody says the fog of war. Ever since I started that, because one of you guys said it, it was actually a combat veteran, the fog of war. It must be the fog of war, I don't know why. He says, we had some combat guys showed this last seminar, they said, you learn as an infantryman, fire and maneuver. In other words, it's harder to hit a moving target. So you fire a blast and then you move. You don't just keep firing where they can see from the tracers, from the gun, the bullets from your muzzle, because then they kill you. You fire and maneuver, because it's harder to hit a moving target. Does everybody understand that? You guys are firing and not moving. That's why I say, if we were at war, we'd all be dead. And another thing that they teach you as an infantryman is to move towards the gunfire and kill everything. In other words, when you get to the gunfire, you kill everybody. You don't leave any witnesses. So then you're not in some the Nuremberg trials for war crimes, because everybody's dead. That's enough for YouTube. Thank you.